I feel like these glasses kind of just say, please stop talking to me, I'm very, very busy. And that's kind of a vibe that I like. Hi everyone, welcome. This is a little bit of a different video for me. We haven't had like makeup hauls in quite a long time because I haven't been buying stuff. So this is a different kind of haul. This is like a bit of everything haul. So we're talking about some clothes, I bought some plants, I bought some accessories. I just thought I'd show you, I guess, what I've been spending my money on, what I've been purchasing, what I've been liking. All of this stuff has been purchased in the last 2 weeks. It's really funny. I go through periods where I won't shop, I don't buy anything. I feel like over winter I didn't buy a lot of stuff because I was in my uniform of, you know, grey jumpers. And now that it's warmed up, I'm just really looking forward to some warmer weather, and I've gone and bought a few items of clothing and a few other bits and pieces. So stay tuned and we'll have a look at what I've picked up. So the first thing we'll talk about is these glasses. You won't even believe where I got these from. So you guys have heard of Daiso, right? Well, there's another store called Miniso, and it's like a little variety store, and it has all of this Japanese stuff. And these glasses were from Miniso, and I think they were about $15. Now, I have some really, really nice classic, like big frame, black, expensive sunglasses. And those sort of sunglasses are the ones that I'll spend money on. When they're very fashionable, when they're very like, I'm going to wear them for a season and probably not again, I tend to not spend a lot of money. So these ones here, I feel like there's a real kind of, I want to say 70s vibe. Like, they're not quite the aviators, but the tint and the big frames, or the actually thin wire frames with the big lenses, really just to give me a real 70s vibe. And along with some of these like dusty kind of, I think this color's called cinnamon colors, it just gives like, maybe it's more like autumn appropriate, but I just feel like it gives a vibe. I really like these. They're really big. I feel like they're a little ridiculous, but I'm kind of here for that. So these are just like fashion glasses. I wouldn't say that they have any, you know, sun protection. They're definitely just for the look. If you are going to be out in the sun for an extended period of time, please make sure you're protecting your eyes properly. Onto some clothing, similarly with accessories. So I have some great staples from some brands. Like, I like good quality pieces, but again, going into fashionable kind of colors and stuff, I try not to spend a lot of money. And it's only really recently that I've rediscovered Kmart and some of their pieces. Now, I go in to Kmart knowing that I'm not going to get the best quality possible. I know I'm going to have to, you know, cut off some straggly, you know, strings every now and then. I know they might not wash all that well, but I buy a few pieces that I know I'll mix into my wardrobe to give myself a bit of an up fresh look without spending a lot of money. And that goes the same for H&M. It goes the same for some pieces from ASOS. All of those sorts of kind of fast fashion brands. I know that it's just for like my staples I buy from other places. My fashionable stuff I buy from those sorts of places. So last week you will have seen me wearing a play suit from Kmart, and so many of you said that that colour was really complimentary to my skin tone, and I agree. And I've got a few other pieces in that same colour. So that play suit, that is from Kmart. And if I can, I'll put a link to everything down below. Nothing's an affiliate link. Everything's just like shop yourself if you like. And so I've got a pair of shorts in exactly the same material, exactly the same colour. So these are a pair of straight leg shorts. Here's what they look like. But yeah, so they've kind of got that linen blend look and feel about them. They're not linen. I didn't pay enough for them to be linen. Yeah, linen blend short. I find that Kmart sizing runs small. I got these in a size 18. I'm typically a 16, sometimes an 18 in some clothing stores. And these cost $15. And I think they're going to be really cute with just like a black tee, a khaki tee, which I purchased also, something kind of just very light and cool to go with these, with a nice pair of wedge sandals or something like that. So I'm really liking these. I like that there are pockets. I want everything to have pockets. And I feel like these are something that I can get a lot of wear out of. The flat front makes them quite flattering as well. I picked up some other shorts as well from Boohoo. My body shape is apple body shaped, and that is very typical for women who have PCOS. It's just a very typical body shape for that. So I have a bit of trouble sometimes finding things that fit, particularly bottoms. So I'm usually fine with tops, but bottoms are a little bit hard. So that's because my hips are narrower than my waist. So that classic apple shape. So if I buy a pair of jeans, like I know a lot of people have difficulty with jeans that they're tight around the bum and then loose at the waist. I'm the opposite. So I don't have any gaping ever. What I do find is that if I buy a pair of trousers or jeans that fit me around my midsection, then they're very loose in the leg. And it's just that I feel like I'm swimming in them, and it makes parts of me that are smaller look bigger. So I typically have to go for pants and skirts that have elastic around the waist so that they fit properly in my upper legs, but then they don't, get too tight. So these shorts do have that. Another 2 pairs of shorts I bought. These ones here are from Boohoo, and they're in the paper bag waist type of style. So these are in the paper bag waist style. I wasn't aware that they had like this frayed top. I'm not mad about that. I don't mind that. I put them on to show my husband the other night when I got them in the mail, and he said that I looked like I was nude because these match my skin tone. That's not quite true, but again, this kind of shade looks really nice with like a khaki, with white, with black. Just a really nice, they're quite short actually. They're shorter than I usually go because they're high-waisted, and then the inseam here is quite short, so I might just wear them slightly lower than they're intended to because I don't want to give anything away. I can't remember how much these were. There's no price on these, but these are from Boohoo. Boohoo Blue. I'm not sure what that means, but I'll have a link, like I said, to everything down below. And then these next shorts I'm actually not loving, but they were really inexpensive, and I know I'm going to get some wear out of them, so I will keep them. But again, you're going to be able to see this very well. Again, a paper bag waist style short. They're in this very thin, I think it's called like crepe material, and the only thing I don't like about these is they are a little bit thinner than I prefer. So again, these have the stretchy waist, they have the tie up. They don't have pockets, which is another thing. I think if they had pockets, they would be a little bit more complimentary on my hips because, anyway, whatever. They are what they are. Okay, so onto some tops. This one here is from H&M. It's a really thin linen t-shirt with a V-neck and some buttons. It's a very loose fit. I probably could have sized down in this one. This is in the size XL, and like I said, it's very, very loose. I could probably have sized down. I like it. It's got this little fluty sleeve because it just adds a little bit of girly detail, and the deep V makes you just look a little bit more open. So this will look nice with some jewelry around my neck. And this one here was $24.99. Very, very thin. I'm going to have to wear something underneath it, but I don't mind. This one, I'm not sure if I would wear this one to work. It's a bit low, but it definitely would look nice with some of these shorts, I think, tucked in. I typically don't wear a lot of light colours, particularly white, because makeup, and I hate getting makeup on clothing, but also I don't know that it really flatters me all that much. But I picked this up just because it was a cheap and cheerful t-shirt. I liked the little orange print, and I tried it on. It was really, really nice. It's very, very thin, very, very like light material. I want to say I paid less than $10. Again, I'll have everything down below. But this t-shirt just looks so cute with those cinnamon shorts. I bought this a little bit oversized. So it's going to be nice and cool when it's very hot weather, and I wouldn't even mind wearing this with a pair of slacks tucked in to work. Like, that wouldn't bother me at all. I will have to wear something underneath because it is really, really sheer. Alright, same cut but different kind of fabric. This is just a nice plain khaki t-shirt. Again, I've been really obsessed with styling t-shirts with like the paper bag waist pants, tucking them in, tying them up, all that sort of stuff, because you know I am a fashion icon now. I am a fashion icon now. So yeah, I really am obsessed with this color. I really want a play suit in this kind of color. This next item is not brand new because I've worn it once. I wore it this week to the Mecca event, and what it is a full-length, wide-leg polka dot jumpsuit, and I'll put a picture of me wearing it here. I styled this with a white t-shirt because it's got the spaghetti straps, and I like to wear like a full bra, and I just don't like to show generally that much skin, particularly because this gapes a little bit on the side. So I've been wearing this white t-shirt, 90s style, love it. Paired it with some platform white sneakers and a denim jacket, and I thought it looked really, really cool. It's really comfy. The fact that it's got an elastic around the waist means it's really like quick and easy to get it in and out of. So there's no buttons, there's no zip, it's just pull on, pull off. This was from Target. This is from the Target Woman range, and I got this in a size 18, again, just to accommodate my midsection. I didn't want anything really tight around my stomach, and the fact that it's wide leg means that it kind of doesn't look like it's too big for me, because that's the style anyway. This piece here looks more like a autumn piece than a spring piece, but I bought this mostly for work, but although I could wear this you know, on the weekend. So this is a really nice thin dress. It's got a short cap sleeve, it has elastic around the waist, and this one I think is from the Plus range. So I bought this, like I wanted it very loose, I wanted it to be very airy so that I don't work in air conditioning, so I want it to be like just barely touching the body. So I bought this in a 2XL. I tried it on in the XL and it fit, it was fine, but I wanted just bagginess. Sometimes I know that, you know, baggy clothes often make you look larger, but when you're, you know, when you're working in a classroom with no air conditioning, I just want things to be breezy. So I paid $25 for this. It's 50% cotton, 50% modal. It should wash quite well and last a while. But while we're here talking about H&M, a lot of brands, a lot of companies are finally figuring out there is money in the plus size market. I feel like H&M, they have a plus size section. Only some stores hold it, and when they do have it, it's this tiny, tiny little section. Now, if you've ever been to an H&M, you know that it's like clothes galore in there. There are so many different lines. And yet they keep their plus size so small. It's smaller, I think, than their maternity line. Like, it's just really frustrating. I know that a lot of their lines used to go up to an 18. I haven't seen that lately. I can fit into their straight sizes if it's something that's stretchy, but when they've got no stretch at all, I need the plus. When I've been overseas, I've shopped their plus size range and I've just found some really great pieces in there. But yeah, here in Australia, like even the City store in Pitt Street in Sydney doesn't have a very big section at all. So it's such a shame. I'd love to do a video about different brands, like where I shop. I mean, this is a good indication starting off. And some of the places that I wish I could shop, but I can't because they just haven't extended their sizes that little bit further. If you're interested in that, let me know. If you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you should, you will have seen me trying this on in the change rooms of Kmart. So this is a sleeveless jumpsuit. They call this color mustard, but it's really a very, very pale mustard. It's more like a cappuccino-y kind of color. I really like the stripes. It has that linen look, but it is not linen. It is, I want to say polyester. Lovely for summer. Oh, it's viscose. So again, it's nice and thin. I think I probably would wear this without a t-shirt, but depending on the weather, I might wear it with a white t-shirt for work. I'm such a dum-dum. So I tried this on in the change rooms and I've tried it on at home. Does anybody else, when they get home, do a little like fashion show for people living in their house? But when I tried it on, I was like getting in and out of these buttons, and then when I took it off, I looked at it, it's actually got a zipper at the back. So I don't have to play with the buttons. What I'm thinking is, because you know how sometimes when you sit, buttons tend to gape a little bit, even if the garment's not too big for you, I might actually get this stitched up and then just get into it from the back. After you all freaked out and told me how wonderful I looked in that playsuit, I headed back to Kmart and I picked up the dress that is in exactly the same fabric. Actually, no, this is a lighter fabric. It's exactly the same color. So it's in the cinnamon color. This was $20 from Kmart, and it's a sleeveless button-up dress. So I'll put a picture of it here. It's got the tie around the waist, which I really like. It helps give some shape. Again, particularly when you're my shape, I don't have a natural waistline, so I have to like manufacture a waist. And so I do that with these sorts of things. I really like the buttons have this kind of like loop that they go in. The only thing I'm a little bit not stressed about, but the split, like it goes down past my knees, but the split is a little bit further up than my knees. So I'll have to just watch it. I might need to maybe stitch these two buttons together so it doesn't gape. And that's it for clothes. I always get so many questions about the earrings that I'm wearing, and I don't buy them anywhere special. These ones here I got from H&M yesterday. These were $7.99. I've been wearing a lot of tortoiseshell earrings lately. I like these ones because these are actually just like the stud version, and I like the way they move. I think that's really, really interesting. So I got those ones from H&M. I wanted a pair of slides. I can't afford the Gucci slides. I got the Less slides. I was just like living my like best 90s life when I bought these. Just reminds me of the 90s, reminds me of just like the good old days. So these are just a pair of like very lightweight slides to wear just very casually. I have quite a wide foot, so these ones fit me quite well. I do believe these don't actually be men's ones. That doesn't bother me too much. These are available in white, black and navy blue. They're on super, super special at Maya. I think I paid $21 for them. All right, so we have come to the end, and this is my most exciting purchase. This is a new little baby plant. So I picked up a new Monstera. This is the Monstera Adansonii. Let's figure that out later. But it's this beautiful plant that has these gorgeous leaves. So I've had some pretty good luck with Monsteras, and I'm hoping this one will be just as easy as my Monstera Deliciosa. I picked this one up, even though it has this torn leaf here. I picked this one up here because it has a really big healthy leaf there that then also has another one just about to pop out. So I'm going to take this outside as soon as I finish filming this, and I'm going to plant it. I'm going to repot it, and I'm going to put in this pot here. So I got a pink pot. Most of my plants are in grey or white pots. I decided to get a plastic pink one, and I might pop it somewhere in here or in the kitchen. My three most recent plants are now this one, the snake plant that I rescued from Coles, and then there's one I rescued from Woolworths, which is quite cute over there. So I've had to slow down. My husband said no more plants, so I've got 3 new plants. Anyway, so that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this. It was something a little bit different. If you're interested in these sorts of hauls rather than just always talking makeup, let me know. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. Like I said, I'll leave links to pretty much everything that I've purchased if I can. And all of this stuff is not sponsored, not gifted, no affiliations. It's just stuff that I've purchased. Like I said, if you're interested in another video about like where I purchase most of my clothes and stuff like that, then let me know. This Kmart thing is relatively new for me. I really just went there to buy homewares like prior to this, but so far I've been impressed with these items. So thanks for watching. I hope that you got something out of this. I'll catch you next time.